Well, hello, folks. I know this is unusual. It's late in the day. It is 12:08, but on Thursday, 17th of April. Cheers. I thought what I'd do today would be to I went down to Grapefruit and got some stuff for trade, so I thought I'd just wait and show that to you. But to start things off, if you see this, Richard, hello. Thanks for sharing this with me. I received one of the latest releases from Fourth Dimension Records yesterday. Alternative TV Direct Action Special Edition, dedicated to the memory of Stephen Carter, and thanks to William Bennett of White House for inspiration. I'm not sure what makes this a special edition, but I did something different. I used this. I decided to find out what this is like by doing a night listen. This was my night listen last night, and it works. Okay, so direct action. The title of this probably is in reference to what's happening in the recordings, because this is all avant-garde sound work, not songs. I like this. This starts off really drony. The first thing is really drony. It sounds like maybe someone is bowing a cymbal or something, that they're creating a slightly screechy, feedbacky sort of sound with these other plunks and percussive things. And it just hovers, but it's engrossing. This is example of really good stuff. But for example, the second track, Causeway Head, I had a harder time getting into, but it was the first listen. But when we get to track number 3, until the rest of the that I can remember hearing, this is really good. A lot of drone sound work. There's some spoken word on here. But direct action, alternative TV, sounds like they had almost like a workshop situation where people had gathered different things to make sound with. And this is a success. This is successful. This is good. Alternative TV direct action. Yeah. This one gets a thumbs up, gets a recommended from me. So, went down to Grapefruit. They always give you more value for trade rather than cash. And I told them I always need money, but I want to trade. And so for the big pile that I took down, this is what I came back with, because a couple things were expensive, but I wanted them. I've only played one of these because I actually just got home a little while ago. So I played a little bit of this while I fixed some lunch. This is a reissue, but this is another one from the days of old, where it's like, yeah, I'd like to have a copy of that. Ceyleib People, Tanyet. This is this is a studio concept album which features Reich, Jim Gordon, and the Wrecking Crew. And the artwork is by Rick Griffin, famous for his Grateful Dead illustrations. I'd been wanting this for a long time, and I listened to one side of it, and it's kind of like Animated Egg. It's a studio project, could almost be background music for like a head shop. But I'd been interested in this for a long time. This is a reissue by Jackpot. I've only received one thing from Jackpot so far. I told him I'm interested in your psychedelic stuff. They should have sent me this. But I went ahead and limited edition of 2000. Played side one of this. And a lot of sitar. And groovy vibes, baby. It's a throwback. It's a throwback to my childhood. 1968. So I got that. Haven't played any of these others yet. A couple of them were expensive. This one was not, but this is the first time I've seen one of his albums on vinyl. I have Jean Dubuffet on CD. Experiences Musicales, 1961. This man, to me, is again another one of those masters of experimentation. I know that I have sampled him over the years in some of my work because this stuff is so deep. And I'm looking forward to this double album. Jean Dubuffet. This next one is one of the expensive ones that I picked up. But it's like, I know this is going to be good. Slightly, well, it's used. It's a little beat. Green Line. This should be good. On Storyville with Steve Marcus, Daniel Humer, Sonny Chirac, and Miroslav Vitous. That's an interesting lineup. Haven't played this yet. On Storyville. This wasn't cheap. The record's in great shape, thankfully. The cover's a little beat, but the record is in wonderful shape. Looking forward to spending this. This should be interesting. I don't know that I've ever heard Miroslav Vitous with Sonny Chirac. So that's one that kind of cost me. I really didn't ask about the prices. I can look them up. I just, I said, this is probably going to cover my credit. And they said, you went $20 over. But he said the 20 comes, I actually took some singles down. So they'll take that extra 20 when they do those. Suzanne Ciani. Buchla Concerts 1975 on Finders Keepers. Suzanne Ciani is a pioneering synthesist. And recently watched a documentary about her and was an eye-opener. This lady is bold, daring artist. So Buchla Concerts 1975. I lucked out and got there when they got in a couple more things from Kyle, who has a lot of the kind of stuff that I want. And so there's this. And I'm pretty sure this is a reissue. Terry Riley. This is really weird the way it's Music for the Gift. So you think that's, but here's the Music for the Gift, Terry Riley. Once again, this is some early stuff, 1963, 1960. Wow. I've never seen this record. Looking forward to playing this. Terry Riley does not disappoint. I'm happy to say that I'm part of a series of interviews with artists done by Thala McDonis, where he does these interviews with artists around the world. It includes me and also Terry Riley, among others. I just feel honored to have been thought enough of to put in that company. And this is a reissue, but I remember this album from childhood because this was one of the first albums that I noticed when my brother was checking out records from the library. He started doing it before I did, before I had the courage to do it. But one of the first things that he checked out from the library when we were kids was Le Sacre du Printemps, Rite of Spring by Stravinsky, the Bernstein version, I think it was, and this, Steve Reich, Live Electric Music. This is when I first heard It's Gonna Rain as a kid, before drugs or anything. Our minds were blown, okay? It's a tape loop that explains it well. And it's wonderful because this thing happened by accident. It wasn't planned by Steve Reich. It's like, well, what happens if? And then the next thing you know, the tapes are playing out of phase, and it creates these Columbia Masterworks 180 gram reissue. The violin phase is cool too, but It's Gonna Rain is why I bought this. It's can actually get to a point while you're listening to it where it can become a little bit disturbing. It's a preacher caught, a street preacher, and it's gonna rain, and then some birds take off while he says that, and that becomes the percussive part of this. It's an amazing, groundbreaking, ear-opening piece of work. Way back in the 60s. Composed in San Francisco in January of 1965. So that's what I was able to pick up for my trade, and looking forward to starting to spin those. I'm going to leave it short like that, but I wanted to make a comment on one of the comments yesterday regarding my street, the sidewalk repair. Someone said that I hate to defend the city, but the last thing they want is for that concrete to crack because they took down the barrier too soon. I totally understand your frustration. Well, bruh, city don't give a fuck about us. That was 2 days ago, and the barriers are still up on the other driveways. They just forgot about us. Now, I know enough contractors and have done enough work myself to know, especially with some of the newer cement, that shit dries, okay? When I left yesterday, I checked it before I drove over it. I'm not stupid. But the idea that I should be concerned about the city and their barricades, they don't give a fuck about us. Fuck them. I got back from the record store, and it's like, well, surely they could stop by before their lunch break and move these barricades that are blocking in other driveways. I moved, and I'm not the only one. Fellow across the street had to move his. Fuck the city. Not you that made the comment, but do you feel me? I have no faith and no respect for authority figures. Fucking people. They don't care about us. Fuck them. Okay. Had to get that off my chest. All right, let me be quiet and get off of here and play some records.